Cebu City, a thriving urban hub of over 2.9 million people. It's home to rich cultural heritage, towering buildings, and vibrant communities. But beneath this bustling city lies a threat that could strike at any moment.
Nakatong.
Panik ko dito?
Nakadlo kaayo ko, oy.
Cebu has experienced significant earthquakes in recent history, notably the 6.9 magnitude Vector Cebu earthquake in 2012 and the 7.2 magnitude Bahal Cebu earthquake in 2013. These caused extensive property damage and loss of life. The NDRRMC reported that over 1.2 million people were affected, with 222 deaths, 176 injuries, 8 missing, and more than 340,000 displaced due to the 2013 Bahal Cebu earthquake. The 2012 Negros Cebu earthquake also resulted in 51 deaths, 112 injuries, and 62 missing. 90% of all the world's earthquake in history have been recorded in the Pacific Ring of Fire.
The Philippines is located in the Ring of Fire, characterized by active volcanoes and frequent earthquakes.
We have around more than 150 active faults. So, some of these faults are small, and some of these are large, are big in length.
A fault is a structure in the Earth's crust along which movement can happen. This often causes earthquakes. A recent study of the Central Cebu fault system identified 4 major fault lines capable of generating earthquakes with magnitudes between 6.4 and 7.1, namely Balamban, Central Highland, Uling Masaba, and Lutak-Chaklupan faults. While it has not produced very destructive earthquakes in the past century, the recent strong earthquakes in the adjacent islands has highlighted the attention to the region's seismic hazards. Cebu City, located near the South Cebu and North Bahal fault segments, is a medium priority municipality at moderate risk for significant ground shaking. From 2014 to 2024, 1,384 earthquakes no less than magnitude 4 occurred within 300 kilometers of Cebu City, averaging 138 annually, or roughly 2 per day. Significant earthquake damages can be linked to secondary effects, with FEVOX pinpointing high-risk areas in Cebu City for each effect. Landslides, some upland and mountainous barangays in Cebu City, like Lusaran and Sudlan 1 and 2, were classified as high-risk areas. Moderate risk areas include Basay and parts of Sibugay, while low-risk areas such as Lahong, Guadalupe, Tisa, and Dapas are less prone to landslides. Most of the urban region is low-risk and relatively safe. Ground shaking. Cebu City faces a high risk of strong to destructive ground shaking, especially in central urban areas and upland barangays. Hilly areas like Basay and Sudlan are also at high risk due to the potential destabilization of slopes and increased landslide risk. Liquefaction. Coastal and low-lying areas of Cebu City, Mandaue City, and Lapu-Lapu City are highly susceptible to liquefaction. In contrast, central Cebu City and nearby areas are safer due to their higher elevation and less saturated soil. Tsunami. Coastal parts of Cebu City are at high risk to moderate risk for tsunamis, with Basak San Nicolas being a particularly high-risk area. RA 10121 shifted the Philippines' disaster management focus from relief to risk reduction. Section 12 of this law required local governments to establish disaster risk offices, leading Cebu City to create CCD-RRMO through City Ordinance 2501. CCD-RRMO offers the following services: ambulance and emergency response, geohazard certification and risk assessments, geohazard map issuance, disaster preparedness activities in barangays, schools and NGOs, hazardous tree removal, search and rescue operations, and camp management. As part of CCD-RRMO's strategic planning, earthquake drills are regularly held in communities in various sectors. They also continuously enhance their response capabilities by adding more assets like manpower and vehicles. Responders undergo thorough training and protocols to handle earthquake emergencies effectively. And this year, a 911 hotline was launched. CCD-RRMO assures Cebu City is equipped and ready for an earthquake, but only time will show how strong all these will hold. But you can help reduce risk by planning ahead and knowing what to do. While earthquakes remain unpredictable, you can take steps now to stay safe. Here's how. Create a family plan. Have a clear plan with a designated meeting spot and rules for each family member when an earthquake strikes. Secure your home. Anchor heavy furniture, store fragile items low, and keep escape routes clear to reduce risks from falling objects. Prepare an emergency kit. Include essentials like water, food, first aid supplies, flashlights, batteries, important documents, and a phone power bank. Know your building's layout. Familiarize yourself with your building's floor plan, fire exits, and escape routes for quick evacuation. Know evacuation areas. Familiarize yourself with local earthquake hazards and evacuation areas in advance. But what happens when the ground shakes? How can you stay safe?
Ay, siguyog. Linog, bro. Linog. Linog. Linog.
Please scream and run around in circles!
Ano siya, naatol to siyang datong time ng ang ito ng wapi pa nasumok sa kong asawa ba. Nya nami diri sa ato sa Soto, bisidi Soto ba. Mo time ma. After miginog ato sa kanang ang ako wala na kanang agian.
Let's take a closer look at the best practices during an earthquake. 1. Don't panic, stay calm. 2. Duck, cover and hold. If you're indoors, drop to the floor, take cover under a sturdy desk or table, and hold on until the shaking stops. If no furniture is available, crouch down and protect your head and neck with your arms. 3. Go to an open area.
If outdoors, the public is advised to move to an open space and avoid electric posts, bridges, and buildings. People living near the shore, on the other hand, need to move quickly to higher grounds due to the threat of tsunami.
4. Avoid elevators and stairwells. Never use elevators during an earthquake. These may become stuck or malfunctioned. Instead, use the stairs to evacuate, but only if it's safe to do so.
Dapat na mo palayo sa mga lugar na kami kaparehan gud ngani man yung mga kahoy na ba yung mga taas na kan ba butang ba ngana.
How to stay safe after an earthquake. After the shaking stops, don't rush out immediately. Here's what to do. Check for hazards. Assess your surroundings for gas leaks, fire hazards, or structural damage. If it's safe, carefully exit the building. Contact local authorities. If you need help, contact your local disaster response team or the Cebu City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, or CCDRRMO. Know the emergency numbers and who to reach out to for immediate assistance. Stay informed. Keep updated with information from reliable sources such as FIVOX or your local government. This information can cause unnecessary panic, as was seen with the Chonamay tsunami panic in 2012. Always verify earthquake and tsunami alerts before reacting.
Nawag ko sa mga na-post ko dito sa Facebook.
Ya, kanang nakadungog ka ma'am na kanang nagkandak ang LGU mga awareness training.
Oh.
A recent survey in Cebu City found that while many residents feel somewhat prepared for earthquakes, there is still room for improvement. 78.1% of those who took part of the survey feel informed and prepared, though some remain unprepared at all. 54.8% have an emergency kit with essentials like a 72-hour water supply, food, and a first aid kit ready. 75.3% have an emergency contact outside the city, but only 16.4% have an evacuation plan, and just 8.2% have a designated meeting spot. 91.8% have received earthquake preparedness information, and 93.2% believe their local government has a plan in place. 94.5% know how to contact the city's disaster response team. This indicates the effectiveness of the information dissemination efforts to the city. Overall, while many rate their preparedness positively, there is still room to improve. Earthquakes are an inevitable part of life here in Cebu City, but with the right preparations, we can minimize their impact. Create your emergency plan, secure your home, and make sure your family knows what to do during a tremor. Together, we can build a safer, more resilient Cebu City. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay safe. Remember, panic is not your friend. Stay calm, and duck, cover and hold.
MJ. Linog.